know you ain't.
I need me a hustle to make my money triple double while working my 9 to 5. Got me a bag, but I wanna widen the size. Upgrade what I drive. Vroom, vroom. Money makers in the room. Watch your bank account bloom. Being broke, dead tune. Wanna make the money flip, stay tuned. The CHP. The Corporate Hustle Podcast. The Corporate Hustle Podcast. The Corporate Hustle Podcast. CHP. The Corporate Hustle Podcast. The Corporate Hustle Podcast. The Corporate Hustle Podcast. Hey, yo, check this. You're now tuned in to the Corporate Hustle Podcast with your host, Demisha Samuels, the money flipper, the income accelerator, and head hustler at Corporate Hustle University. CHP. Corporate Hustle.
Hey, let's make sure. Let me know in the comments if you guys can hear me. I want to make sure everything is good. Welcome to the new year. How exciting. Welcome to 2023. Let me just make sure everything is up and good. Let me see here. Yep. Okay. We know you can hear that. Yep. Okay. Everybody can hear me. Awesome. Welcome to 2024. I'm about to say 2023, right? I need to get used to saying it. I am Demisha Samuels, and I'm here to just talk about 23 lessons that corporate professionals or 9-to-5ers, those who have jobs, need to think about, take stock of in order to make sure that 2024 is success. This is coming from the point of view for those of us who like to be ambitious in our careers, to get to 6 figures or more in your career, who just strive to make sure that you're doing better each and every day. I'm an income and career strategist. And honestly, you guys always remember that corporate is stable, but it's not loyal. And so I'm always here to prepare my clients for anything that comes out of corporate, right? Remember that you are the standard. You are the expectation, you're the prototype, and you are the blueprint of your success, right? And I'm just here to make sure that you are taking all of the skills that you have and you are getting your money's worth, period. Point blank, in discussion, we done got these degrees, we done got this experience, and now it's time to make sure you get your money. So that is what I'm all about. That is what I'm making sure we're here to do. Drop me in the comments. Let me know what it is that you do for a living, or what your industry is, how long you've been working, those type of things. Remember, sharing is caring, so feel free to share it out, right? So these are just lessons that I sat down and thought about, took stock of, so that I can make sure I go into 2024 bigger, better, all the things, right? So let's get into that. Oh, and before I forget, you guys, on February 3rd, 2024, in the year of our Lord, I will be hosting a workshop for ambitious. Those are career-driven people who want to create their career development plans, their career strategy. And it's time to make sure that that gets done, because this is the time of the year that your leadership is going to sit down and says, where do you want your career to go, or what's going on? And this workshop will help you see all of the gaps and holes that might be missing in your career strategy and development plan. This is an interactive workshop. We'll show you how to improve your LinkedIn, your networking, your strategy when it comes to your industry and your career and all the things. So you go to bit.ly/6-figure career success. That's bit.ly/6-figure career success. Listen, if you have not invested in your personal development yourself, you need to do so. Stop relying on your company to invest in your personal career development, because listen, Linda, that's not how any of this works. So be sure to head to bit.ly/6-figure success. I hope to see you workshop. If you have any questions about it, DM me, get in my DMs, and let's talk about your career strategy, your career development, right? Because like I said at the beginning, corporate is stable, but it is not loyal, and it is your responsibility to make sure that you are always prepared. Okay, so let's get into these lessons, you guys, and let me know what lessons you have learned in 2023 as we go through this. So the first things first, not only this is a lesson, but this is something that you need to be doing right now, right? Because it's almost time to do those reviews for those bonuses, even though they already done calibrated and they already know what they're going to give you, but we still got to play the game, and you still have to talk about your achievements, right? So the lesson that I realized is, with remote work and hybrid work, or maybe that you're in one location and your manager's in another location, it became critical for you to document your achievements because they can't physically see what you're doing, or you don't bump into them and happen to mention the things that you're doing. So you have to become really good at documenting and communicating your successes, right? Visibility. I have posts about that and how they always want you to be visible, right, in the workplace, visible in what you're doing. So make sure that you are documenting those achievements. Get you out right now when you go to work tomorrow. Take a little folder, put it on your desktop, and drop all those emails in there. Take all the screenshots out of the Slacks, and make sure that weekly you are documenting your achievements. Anytime somebody had your praises, put it in a document. The lesson there is that you struggle to articulate your value you bring to the company because you're not documenting it. And that's something that needs to be done. All right, next up, strategic networking. Strategic. So stop just thinking that you're going to randomly meet who can change your life. Here's the thing. There's a secret job market out there, and the way you unlock it is by your network. So that job market, that secret job market out there is unlocked by your network. So you need to be strategic and knowing who you need to be networking with, why you need to be networking with them, what value you bring to them, and potentially what value they can bring to you. Okay? Here's another one. Embrace discomfort. We love to live in our comfort zone. We love to say that we are doing our job next level. You do your job, you come and you do it and you do it and you do it, and you can do it with your eyes closed. You can do it with your eyes closed. But here's the thing. You need to get out of your comfort zone. You need to expand your skills and do something that brings you discomfort that you don't know a lot about. This year in IT, I'm embracing that by moving out of one particular area that I'm an expert in, no doubt, and taking those same skills and transferring them to a different part that I'm not as comfortable with, that I can grow and learn from. So I'm embracing the discomfort. And because I realize when you don't embrace discomfort, or even in my not only in my career, but in my business, embracing discomfort by being transparent about where I am in my journey in life, in my career, in my journey in my business, right? So embrace the discomfort. Here's one you might not think of, and that is prioritizing your health. Because, baby, these people will work you to death. So anxiety, and sometimes you don't know whether you're performing because of the anxiety behind it all, the stress of it all, or is this really just your work ethic? Right? Are you driven out of the anxiety of, man, these people might fire me tomorrow, let me go ahead and get this done? Or is it that this is just your general work ethic or what? But prioritize your health. Okay. It has to be, it's not always balanced, but it needs to be some type of boundaries when it comes to your health and your wellness, opposed to your job. Let's see here. I know I'm saying, okay. Next up, 401k and benefits review. Yeah. I know sometimes you just go in there and you set the 401k on autopilot. I'm not a financial expert, but I do know that you should review your 401k and the benefits, because a lot of times you are not taking advantage of all the benefits. Like they be adding benefits, even if it's random benefits. I don't care if it's a gym membership. I don't care if it's, you should be putting in training, tuition reimbursement, health. I don't care what it is. I don't care what the benefit is. Make sure you're taking advantage of it, that you know what it is, and that you know that you're qualified for it and use it, right? Use your benefits. Apply to go to that conference. Ask to get that training. Expand yourself. Use the fact that you work your corporate 9 to 5 to expand your skills, and making sure that you are taking advantage of the full package that you signed up for. Next up, I have on here, the lesson learned is interviewing skills. Even if you're not in a job market, I would recommend you always are out there testing the waters at least maybe 2 to 3 times a year, just to see what's going on, just to see what's popping out there, and just to keep your interview skills on point, or your ability to pivot really fast when it comes to searching for jobs or seeking other employment, just to see what could happen, what is out there, right? I think sometimes we just get so complacent really fast as soon like, and I've been with my company for over a decade, but making sure that you always know if you still hot in these streets is important. Are your skills on point? Can you get through an interview? Is your personality likable? Would you like going other places? What is it looking like over there? You want to know these things, right? Of course, continuous learning. I don't care if you got to go to YouTube University or you're actually going to trainings, but you need to make sure at all time there's continuous learning happening and that you are sharpening those skill sets, which is why, one of the reasons I'm doing the workshop, to make sure it is that you are always continuously learning things and getting things done. Let's see which other ones we want to go over, because I haven't, if you're on my email thread, you'll get all 23 of the lessons. Once you come to the workshop, you're going to deep dive into these lessons and making sure you have a plan for each of these lessons. But on this live, I want to make sure I go through some of the high level ones. Oh, this is one that I love: personal branding. And particularly when I talk about personal branding, I want to tell you guys this: stop using your LinkedIn to hype up your company and not hype up yourself. Your LinkedIn is your space to show your expertise, your skills, your talents, your interests, your network, and make sure you're using it to do just that, to build your actual brand, right? Your job is not your brand. What you do for them is a part of your brand. What you are learning from them is a part of your brand. The experience you're getting from them is a part of your brand, but they themselves are not your brand. So make sure that you always are using and growing your personal brand and network at all times. Another one that I'll lesson is about emotional intelligence. And although you're not somebody that might be quick to anger or am easily rattled, there is always room and space for your emotional intelligence to grow. And to be expanded when it comes to empathy and just understanding others in the workplace. So I always would encourage you to think about where you are in your emotional intelligence journey, because it is not a one-stop shop or a one-stop thing when it comes to emotional intelligence as it relates to professionals, particularly in the workspace. Um, Let me know if you've ever read a book on emotional intelligence, you ever watched anything. I know over the last 2 years, I learned about neuroscience or that particular thing. If you ever even just am I left brained, right brain thinker, which one you are, what moves you, just do you actually invest in your emotional intelligence or your personal growth when it comes to these things? Uh, Let me know in the comments if you ever actually done that. Let's see here. Let's see. I like collaboration. I think that's a lesson we need to learn: is stop waiting for your leadership or your managers to tell you when to collaborate with others, to put you on a team project, for you to show up as a leader. I lead without having the title of leader. And I think that's the best type of leader, right? One that does not need a title to lead. So that is my influence, how I am. And I just think that being able to collaborate with others and being resourceful is a lesson that I learned that is effective in making sure that I am a value add, because that's a buzzword, a value add to my actual team and what's going on. Let's see here. Ooh, high stress environments. If you work in a high stress environment, like I'm a production ops person and a product person, then self-care is really important in maintaining some type of mental health so that you don't be snapping on people. You don't want to be snapping on people at work or at home because of your stress environments. Now, I do know that I thrive in high stress environments, but that doesn't mean I need to be on edge and be stressed out because I can thrive in a high stress environment. And I am learning the difference in that. Let's see what else we got over here. I'm going to give y'all like two more. Ooh, staying informed. If you are not in the know when it comes to your industry, your department, your organizations, if you can't read the room and stay informed or understand what's going on, then that's a lesson I want you to learn. Like, listen, observe, um, be in the know and be informed about what is going on. Like, if you don't know what issues are issues to your leadership or your managers, or you don't know what the pulse of your particular organization has going on, then you need to stop and evaluate that and figure out, why don't I know what's going on? Why I always caught off guard when it comes to things? And it's probably because you're not reading the room. You're not understanding the signs. You don't understand when leadership says A and B, what that really translates to, right? And like I said in the workshop, we'll get into little clues that you can do that will help your career strategy, particularly in your industry or and in your organizations that you're already a part of, how you can shift and position yourself in a different manner, in a different light, to be more of a value add and to gain more visibility so that you can increase your income, and your upward mobility, not just in corporate, but in life, period, the upward mobility that comes with that. Because y'all know what they out here saying, that middle class one got shifted up. So we got to increase these incomes as well. So I definitely, that is a good one. It's just that staying informed, right? Especially if you're virtual or hybrid and leadership is in different places and in different environments, how you're staying informed. If they don't put a one-on-one on your calendar, you put it on their calendar. If you don't have a skip level, then you put the skip level on their calendars. And if you don't have a cadence for your skip levels and your one-on-ones, and you're letting your your career strategy be dictated by your leadership, then you have a problem, Houston. And make sure you're at that workshop, because I want you to be dictating your career path, right? Because you're the blueprint for your career. Assertiveness. This is another one, especially in virtual meetings. You need to speak, you need to talk, you need to give your opinion. You need to become someone who can clearly articulate what they know, why they know it. And this is usually through the active questions. The better your questions are, the more likely you are to be deemed as an expert and have authority. I'm live, just so you know. Okay. But so making sure that at all times you are being assertive. Yeah. And you notice I use the word assertive. I did not use the word aggressive. It took me a while to understand that depending on who you are and what you are, that sometimes can be borderline of what people deem assertive versus aggressive. But nonetheless, speaking up and speaking out and knowing your value and the information that you have and the expertise that you hold, especially when key stakeholders are on the call, is critical to your career path. You just can't sit back and be silent. People aren't just going to assume you know what you're doing because you're getting paid to do it. They're not going to be like, oh, well, she got to know what she's talking about because we paying her to do it. Your name needs to be in people's mouths. You need to get it there, right? You need to make yourself become a SME, which is a subject matter expert, which I said we deep dive into how SMEs and why SMEs make money in their industries. Yeah, those are the lessons. Those are some of the lessons. Like I said, if you're on my email list, you'll get all 23 lessons with some examples and some personal things. I think I'm gonna make this like a newsletter for it, and that'll drop. I think this particular 23 lessons would drop on Friday. But in general, if you have questions about your career growth, your career strategy, your income potential, LinkedIn, and anything in that field, in that realm, then feel free to how you transition those skills to make more money, to get more income, to get to 6 figures and above, then definitely make sure that you reach out to me. Yeah, I appreciate seeing you guys here. I think these are my Facebook ones and YouTube. And I will talk to you all soon. And if you don't got my book, grab the book, The Corporate Survival Guide, Essential Skills Strategy for Thriving in the Workplace. But yeah, make sure you ask your questions. Don't be shy when it comes to talking about your income, talking about your money, because I want to make sure that you get it and you get it in. Because I do. I always ask for my money. I'd be like, excuse me, it's bonus time. How do I get my bonus? Where is the bonus? How much is my bonus? When is my next promotion? How do we get more money in coins? And I do that confidently and without any shame, without any imposter syndrome, and with the stats to back it up. right? So those are the things you want to do. So again, remember, it's me. I'm here for you guys as your career and income strategist. Remember, corporate is stable and not loyal, and you need to always be prepared. And we're here to do that. I'll see you in the workshop. If you're not already signed up, you need to do so because the spots are limited. Yeah, and I'm just excited for 2024. And have y'all tried these Celsiuses yet? It's saying it got zero sugar. I'm not hyped up yet, but this is the Fiji apple pear, and it's actually good. They're not sponsoring this, but I mean, they want to sponsor me, they can. They're not sponsoring this, but this Celsius is pretty good for what it is. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys really soon, and stay positive, and don't go ham on anybody at work. I'm just kidding. I'll talk to you guys soon. Y'all know how. Let me give y'all the X out.
Yeah, I need me a hustle to make my money triple double while working my 9 to 5. Got me a bag, but I want to widen the size. Upgrade what I